Come along as we're about to plan, plant, and pick a year's worth of peas. Just like with our strawberry harvest, the pea harvest brings our whole family together. We all love coming to the garden and picking the peas, eating them. It's one of our favorite times of the season. Believe it or not, I actually do not mind shelling the peas. I think it's kind of relaxing and fun, and I love just watching TV and shelling the peas at the same time. It just makes the time go by faster. But of course, always whenever I can get a helper or two, I always appreciate that as well. Before the beginning of each garden season, I try to think ahead and plan and see what vegetable I want to plant and how we're going to eat it. And one of those vegetables that we eat a lot of are peas, and we would buy them at the store, frozen in the bag section. So I thought, okay, well, why can't I just grow that instead of buying peas all the time at the store? So that was my plan, is I wanted to plant a year's worth of peas, so that way we don't have to buy them from the grocery store. I like to push the peas down a little bit when I plant them, so that way they make contact with the soil and just kind of bury it a little bit. I've noticed after we get some rain in the spring that some of the peas pop out of the ground, so I always go back and check and push them back in. I planted our peas on March 14th, which was a little bit over 4 weeks before our last frost date, which was April 25th. And I have them going up on this cattle panel, and it's about 14, 15 feet of cattle panel, and I did 2 rows of peas. So looking back at it now, I actually could have even fit my peas a little bit closer together. Here you can see how I kind of spaced them out, but I next time I'm gonna even put them closer together in each row, and then have double the amount of peas. We are going to harvest peas. This is kind of the last big batch of picking them. They have been planted. I planted the peas in March 14th, and they are the Wando variety. I have the tag here. And they are the shelling peas. So, which means you have to take the peas out and eat them. They're not really tasty with the shell on. So these peas are 68 days to maturity, and you have to plant them before your frost. So this says 4 to 6 weeks before your average frost, which for us in zone 6B was like April 16th or 20th, something like that. So I had to plant the peas 4 weeks before that. So they've been producing for us a lot, and now they are getting tired, and it is time to do one last harvest. One of the main reasons that I chose this Wando variety is I knew that they were going to climb up and be nice and tall plants. I grew them last year, and they were like 5 feet tall. So I definitely wanted something tall along my cattle panel trellis to kind of make like a wall of peas and give a little bit of privacy between me and my neighbors. So although I love her, but just kind of nice visually to have a nice wall of peas. And these have really beautiful purple flowers, so we really love this variety. And next to the peas, I had planted a lot of poppies that just came up on their own this year, but I planted them previous years and then they self-seeded. And I had bees flying everywhere. The garden was full of bees. They were pollinating all my peas, and they were just all over the poppies. So peas and poppies just make me think of springtime and early summer. Yes, and not to forget about the beautiful cosmos too. I love those. I just love the different kind of varieties, the different coloring that the cosmos bring to the garden. These also self-seeded, so they came from last year plants, and the seeds just dropped, and then they decided to come up. The peas did a good job for the most part climbing up the trellis, although on each side, on the left and the right, I did have to tie them down with string to help them stay a little bit better. My son is 18 months old, and he loved coming to the garden and picking the peas himself. And it was so adorable just to watch him pick them all the time, and every time he'd say, "Peas, peas, peas." So I was very happy to see him enjoy them so much, and it's one of the few vegetables that he actually likes to eat. So I had about 3 bowls of this size that I picked through this whole season of peas. So I'm very happy with the amount, and we ate a lot of them on the spot, just coming to the garden and eating them right then and there. This variety had the average of about 8 peas in each pod. So there's some other varieties that you can get that would have like about 10 peas in each pod, but this one had 8, but they were nice big round size. So I was very happy with that. As the plant grows, the peas start out on the bottom, so you pick there, and then as it grows, then you only harvest things that are up at the top. So like right now, the bottom row, those peas are all been picked, and then now we're even the middle row got picked. So then now all we're picking is at the very top. But I want to point something out. So when you harvest the peas, you can see different color variation. So the light green is kind of what you want to pick, and these are really yummy peas inside. When the shell's starting to get this whitish color, the peas are more tough inside and they're not quite as yummy. And then even later, let me see if I can find one. Oh, right here. Even later, they get into this crusty state, and you might as well just leave those on the pea plant and then collect them later wait even longer till they're more brown, and just save these for seed for next year. So this is the best to pick, this is second best, and then don't do these. They're not going to be yummy to eat at all, so just save them for seed. Gentle, gentle.
What do polite shelling peas say?
What?
They always say peas and thank you.